do have a Nyx Assassin against a Dragon Knight. And ooh, this is a really melee versus melee, so should be pretty even. And bottom lane we have Moran actually offlaning and not the Weaver. And I think top it will be there's a dual lane with a Windrunner and a Clockwork. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, Awake, I've really seen like every single one of the game, like the past 3 to 4 matches, every time there's been a dual lane on the off lane. Well, dual lane top for them when they're on the Radiant side. Though, so they really favor the dual lanes instead of going for a tri lane and trying to zone out the off laner from the other team. But well, so far they're doing a pretty good job on bottom lane so far. Mirana going for some hits on Crystal Maiden, but she's still has lots of consumables on her. But looking at mid, Dragon Knight against Nyx Assassin, I think it's going to be really even. Maybe slight advantage to Dragon Knight after he gets the bottle up. He's going to be much more survivable than the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and most team, just to touch on that, no tri lanes anymore, because like the tri lane is really bad now, just because the pole camp is now the small camp, and which makes the experience of the support ops whoever is polling like really low. So that's why tri-lane versus tri-lane is not good anymore. And middle Chen is actually using a nice creep mana burning that Dragon Knight, even though he does have a bottle up.
Yeah, so Dragon Knight really has no mana left at all in him, so he's not going to be able to spam up his Breathe Fire against this Nyx Assassin at all. So, well, pretty passive start from both teams. Impervious, I was talking about them being a really aggressive team, but well, just playing it safe so far.
Yeah, and Crystal Matins, I feel like, yeah, he's gonna look to. Oh, I thought he was about to go to a big camp and just farm it up with that Force Bite, but not really. And Dragon Knight's actually pick up a Haste Rune. That's gonna help him a little bit just to recharge the bottle. And top lane is pretty even so far, I guess, if you look at the CS and the experience. So it's pretty quiet game so far, and the Chen benefit the most from this, I feel like.
Yeah, Chen is going to be getting a really fast level 6 as well as a quick mech if he's the one to be going for it. And then he can help out his team later on in the game after he gets the mech and the Hand of God. So, yeah, Chen is going to be a really important hero for Impervious going into the mid game, I feel.
Yeah, and so far he's just having a Hellbear Smasher. He's actually stacking the camp. Oh, he just missed a stack. But he still has 2 stack in it. And it's gonna be hard to see where the first blood is, cause like they're kind of survivable in all the lanes, cause Morana can leave, and they might go on Morana here.
Yep, but she has the leap, no worries at all. So I think we're gonna take some time before we see a first blood. Probably after the rotation comes out from the Nyx or the Chen. I think that's when we are gonna get the first blood. Cause right now at top lane, Impervious are playing really passive. They just want to get the farm on the Weaver, and the Rubik is there just to zone out the Clockwork, who has been forced to use a Salve as well as the Windrunner, both of them having used the Salve already. So pretty good job by the Rubik so far, but we'll see. Right now at top lane though, they're trying to go in on the Clockwork, still very survivable though, so yeah, nothing is going to be happening there at all.
Yeah, I thought something was gonna happen because this Clockwork just battery cell just ran up to the Rubik. But when they missed the shackle shot, unfortunately though.
Yeah, that shackle shot missed. Otherwise, I feel that maybe they could have gone in for a kill. But well, Mirana rotating towards the bottom rune, but Crystal Maiden was there just to get the deny away. So no runes for Dragon Knight or Nyx Assassin.
Top almost got shackled again, but now they might engage on this Windrunner, but he just Windrunner away.
He's caught in the cogs. And Weaver is getting really low though, forced to use his magic wand, but instead he goes down. So first blood going to Awake there. I think really cocky play by Ninja Boogie, trying to go in for the dive against the Windrunner. It didn't work out though, got caught up in the cogs, and Clockwork did a really good job. He didn't move, so Weaver couldn't get out because he was body blocked. So that's why they got the kill there on top lane.
Yeah, that just shows you how like Clockwork is so tanky. Look at his like health. He has almost 800 health. And he's only level 4. And that Weaver, yeah, unfortunately, he only has level 2 Sakuchi, which is like 10-second cooldown, so he was stuck there for like another 8-9 seconds, and he couldn't get out with that low health point he has.
Yeah. Well, on mid lane, Chen once again up to shenanigans, sending in the Whirlwind Reaper. But Tornado is on cooldown though, so he's just there to get some hits in on the Dragon Knight and try to zone him out of the lane. Not gonna be easy though. 1 level up on Dragon Blood. He has 8 armor, so really tankable hero this Dragon Knight. And well, 1 more creep away and he's on level 6.
Yeah, one thing about like facing a Dragon Knight in middle is that if like you want to like go gank and stuff, you always have to be careful of his outer dragon form, because like he can really push tower like extremely fast.
At top lane though,
Or
Weaver
top lane.
getting shackled to the 3, but just no follow up. Battery assault is up on him though by the clockwork. He's really gonna chase him down. 1 second away from the Tsukuchi. He does manage to make it away. So yep, Ninja Boogie, he's gonna be forced to use his Self, and then they will try to farm up from there. But looking at the CS chart so far, it's Nyx Assassin in the lead on mid against a Dragon Knight. Really impressive play by him so far. And then second on the charts is the Gyrocopter, safe lane farming up at bottom. Well, Weaver getting shackled up again. 2 more hits would do against the clockwork, but no, they can't get it off at all. So yeah, we really see Impervious right now. We were talking about them trying to burst off heroes, not happening for them so far at this top lane.
Yeah, it was kind of tough for the Chen as well though. He smoked gank, but then like all the creeps he has so far, it's not really like Centaur or even like a troll. Actually, there is a troll over there now, but earlier it wasn't. So if it was a troll or like a Centaur, that might be a kill.
Well,
But we actually gonna see him with like Shadow, no
Yeah.
ganking.
it was used
Oh,
by
Nyx
Mirana to
Assassin.
try to go in on bottom lane against the Gyrocopter. He went in with the Starfall, but his arrow missed. So that's why he was not able to get up the kill against the Gyrocopter. So Gyrocopter just selfed up and he's back to full level, back to farming again.
It's actually pretty interesting how this Morana picked up Moonlight Shadow at level 6, because we might have a smoke. No, never mind. But like yeah, like I was saying, like most Morana just want to kind of max out the Starfall at least before they get 1 point at Moonlight
Yeah.
Shadow, because you need that extra damage. And we might have a
Yeah, they're
gank
trying to
here.
go in on the Dragon Knight. Those stun is nope, not gonna be coming up. Instead, it's gonna be just a mana burn. So Dragon Knight still is gonna be staying up at mid. 3 heroes are at mid though for Impervious. I don't think they want to be going up for this tower in mid. So they'll rotate.
Top lane.
Rotate, but Weaver getting caught up, and he's even a Sentry Ward going down just to grab the kill. So Awake doing really well so far against the Weaver at top lane. 2 kills are up on him already, and they even see the Nyx Assassin who was there on top because of the Sentry Ward. So they are just gonna back off. No kills are gonna be happening for Impervious.
And that's the advantage I
Bottom lane, yep.
bottom.
The Telekinesis comes up. Arrow hits up as well. Crystal Maiden with the Frost Nova, but just getting bursted down. The Chen getting the last hit, and now they're gonna chase up on the Crystal Maiden. Steel comes in. That's gonna be the Frost Nova. 1 more hit, no, 2 more hits. It's gonna do the job. In comes the Swarm from the Weaver. Can they get the last hit? Yup, they do. Weaver gets the last hit with the Swarm, and they're gonna be able to escape. So that's 2 kills for Impervious, doing a really good job. There was 2-0 for Awake, but they came to bottom, got the kill on the Gyro and the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, and Cloudwatch just rotates, and yeah, like I was saying, look at mid. Look at the tower. It's dropping so fast. Look at that. It's half HP already. Just from 1 outer dragon. And look, it forces a TP.
Yeah.
And right now, I feel like IMP is feeling the pressure, because like with their lineup, they need to make something happen like pretty early, and they're trying to, but it's pretty hard when you're against Awake with such good game sense. Sentry was in the lane, and now they might gank this Dragon Knight though.
Well, they're gonna be going in. Vendetta hit him up on him, and Impale goes up as well. Can they get the hit though? Yup, they will surely get it. Frostbite coming up from the Rubik as well, and he gets the last hit. Tower gets denied. So yep, 3-2 now in advantage of Awake, but well, still I feel that Awake is still very much in this game, and they have the advantage. Because like you said, Imp has to make something happen, but so far hasn't been going that good for them.
Yeah, and it's really tough when you're always on that. Oh, there's a
Shackle shot
but
going
no
up.
follow-up.
Yeah, no follow up.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, when you pick a team that's like you have to make something happen, all the pressure is like on you in the beginning of the game to like late game, because like if you don't make something happen, the other team is gonna like outrun you with like their farm and all that. And also they have a nice lineup, just can just sit back, don't even need to like gank too much,
Yeah.
and just wait until they engage. Just keep farming all the lanes, and they're using the map really well. And like the supports over here trying to make a lot of stuff happen, but Moonlight Shadow is gonna use, but there is a Sentry with there.
Yeah, they can see out whoever that's going to be coming. They're going to find the Rubik though. In comes the call down, but it's going to miss. So nothing much going to be happening though. I think both teams will retreat. Dragon Knight has joined in the fight as well on top lane. Clockwork with the hook shot comes in on the Rubik, and he's going to be dropping down, but Rubik goes down. So that's one kill coming up from Awake. Really good rotation coming in from the Clockwork. He was at bottom lane just a few seconds ago. I think he TP'd over to the top tier 1 tower and then went in for the hook shot on the Rubik.
Yeah, and like one misplay right there by Rubik staying there too long, and that's cost them a tier 1 tower. And at least Mirana is getting a bit free space farm, and I'm wondering what this Nyx assassin is gonna get. Like if he's going for a blink dagger, I don't feel like that's gonna help too much to the team fights. I mean, he does have a nice mobility with the blink, but I don't feel like it's gonna be a game-changing item for this game right now.
He definitely needs some damage on him though. A Dagon would be a pretty good choice. I don't think this blink dagger is gonna be working too well.
This Gyro.
Has he seen the Nyx? No, he hasn't. In comes the Imperial stun as well. Ilune's arrow just hitting right on the mark, and they managed to grab the kill on the Gyrocopter. So somewhat limiting his farm for a couple of seconds, for about 30 seconds. So yep, Windrunner is over at bottom as well, trying to prevent this tower from going down. Oh, Clockwork trying to go in for the hook shot, and he doesn't manage to do so. Will the hook shot come out about now? Yep, he does, but he gets hit by the arrow as well on the way. So yep, there's gonna be no follow-up whatsoever. Clockwork is gonna just be running back. I don't think Imp have enough damage to actually bring him down.
Yeah, and Gyro is actually coming back bottom, and who's gonna get the haste? Mirana gets it.
Yeah, Mirana
and,
just
he might die here.
in.
All 4 of Dire side.
Oh, arrow misses. But well, stun comes up, that which was stolen by the Rubik, and net comes up as well from the Chen creep. So yeah, they managed to grab one more kill for themselves. So really, I would say that's a misplay by Dragon Knight. He knew there were 4 heroes on bottom, and he wanted to go for the rune. Mirana got there ahead of him, and then he fell down to his death.
See what Chen picked up here. It's actually a recipe. Actually, he didn't farm that bad, considering how he kind of tried to make stuff happen around the map. He actually like one recipe away from the mechanism, and that's gonna help. And blink daggers on Nyx. I mean, it does help them a little, but I feel like you said, you need maybe a bit more damage, like maybe even a Dagon.
Yeah.
To start with.
Well, we'll see how they're gonna be making this blink dagger work for them. Still hasn't revealed his dagger yet, so we'll see if he'll make a play happen with his Burnley new bot blink dagger. We'll just have a quick look at the goal graph. It's just about 500 lead for Awake, and in terms of experience, it's actually almost 2,500 lead for Impervious. So it really shows, just a few minutes ago, just a couple of minutes ago, Awake were in the lead by almost 2,000 gold. But a couple of misplays on bottom lane as well as on the rune where Dragon Knight died really is pulling Impervious back into the game.
Yeah, and you can't really count them off yet, because they, once Dragon Knight get BKB, I don't know how much, even in Jarkop they get a BKB, which is not soon, but if he gets it reasonable time within I don't know, 10 minutes or so, I think they should be okay, because right now they don't have a lot of right click, and Clockwork just solo smoked and wasted a smoke, I guess.
Yeah, just getting revealed there. There's 4 heroes on top for Impervious and 4 heroes on bottom for Awake. So yeah, we'll see how they're gonna be going. I think they're just gonna have a exchange of towers perhaps, and Weaver gets a kill on the Clockwork. Well, I think that's pretty much. Clockwork went in a bit too far, dived in, and just got picked off by the Weaver pretty easily. But they're now going in the bottom lane. Impervious, in comes the stun and the call down as well. Gyrocopter trying to tank through everything. Hand of God comes up as well. Well, they managed to get the kill on the Nyx assassin, and time lapse away from the freezing field, and Weaver is able to escape. So no kills at all for Awake at bottom lane. Almost used so many ultimates there. Dragon Knight with his ultimate, and Crystal Maiden with his ultimate as well, and Gyrocopter as well, but they managed to get no kills. Or rather, 1 kill with the Nyx assassin, which I think wasn't really good for Awake.
Yeah, and Awake just TP top instantly, and Gyrocopter actually got the denied, so that's 100 gold denied to every players on the other side of the team. And the X Factor first game, I feel like it's gonna be this Rubik. Like, what spell is he gonna steal, and how is he gonna use it? Because that is gonna determine whether they like starting win like a 5-on-5 fight.
Yeah, really important. And so far, he has the battery assault, which I don't think is really very much helpful for them. He needs like some kind of like maybe a hook shot. I think it's really difficult to steal a hook shot because once you hook, you straight away go for the cogs. But well, Clockwork, he does manage to hook in the Chen though. Well, he managed to grab the kill on him at the river. He sends the rocket way into the base. Battery assault running him down, and he does manage to get the last hit. So Clockwork does grab the kill on the Chin, and he's now waiting in the wings, trying to go in for a couple of more kills maybe. Weaver is gonna get a homing missile in his face, but well, Impervious to just back off to the tier 2 tower and wait for anything to happen from Awake.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate because I feel China's the mag carrier, and I feel like they were about to group up as 5 and try to push. But for Morana, I don't know. Maybe if they're trying to push early, why would she go for Midas? This is what I don't get sometimes of like a player. And 5-man push at bottom lane, I don't know how they're gonna stop this. Whereas Chen has like no creeps too. Actually no, he does. He's coming in the back, but they do spot it out, and I feel like they're just gonna kill it all right now.
Yeah, the creeps are just gonna get bursted down. No way for them, but arrow does hit on the Dragon Knight. They don't have enough damage to get the kill on him. In comes the turnaround from Awake, trying to get some couple of kills, and Chen is gonna die once again. Stun comes up on the Weaver. Will they manage to grab it? No, time lapse away, so he'll be able to escape, trying to go in on the Mirana as well. Does get shackled up to a tree. Nyx Assassin at the front lines with the Spike Carapace. But well, only one casualty for Impervious, I feel. But Impervious, they are the ones who tried to engage, but instead it all went wrong for them.
Yeah, and that's just like, if we can just imagine Nyx with a Dagon like 1 at least.
Yeah,
like instead of a Blink Dagger, they would have been burst down like
the
1
Dragon Knight.
person
Yeah,
at least.
the Dragon Knight would have been dead over there. He was alive with like 200 HP. With a Dagon, they would have gotten the kill, but so far this Blink Dagger not working too well for them at all. But well, the Storm is going to be coming in on the Weaver clock, clock. It's being used by the Clockwork, and looks like they'll be able to disengage and just go back to their farming ways.
Yeah, this just shows you that the Rubik with the Chen, yeah, it's kind of nice, but now you kind of see like in a team fight they're kind of lacking like a bit of like damage, because Chen normally he wants to like save him because he doesn't have arcane boots yet, so he wants to save a mana for Hand of God, for the mag, even for the sandbag. So there's really like not a lot of chance that he's gonna use the pure damage from the Test of Faith. So they're kind of lacking damage in the department right now.
Yeah, and that's, I think, because of the way Awake played their early game. They played it really well. They ran a dual lane instead of like just a solo off-lane hero. And then they had no space whatsoever for the Rubik and the Chen to go together, get the smoke kills. Even on mid, when they tried to go in on the Dragon Knight, he was well positioned to know that there was a gank coming up on him. So that's why this Rubik and the Chen not being so effective right now in the mid game.
Yeah, Rubik's trying to pick up a 4-staff, which is pretty close. Morana's still with only 1,000 gold, with his Midas used like twice, and now they're gonna push. Now they're putting, like, Awake is putting a lot of pressure, even though Jarl doesn't have BKB, and I don't feel like he doesn't need it as much now, because like he knows the last team fight, like they killed him, burst him down, and bottom might be a deny, or oh, look at bottom. It will be a tower for Weaver.
Yep. Well, Weaver is slowly farming up towards his Lincoln Sphere, and mid lane though, Shackle comes up, not gonna be latching anyone, so they'll disengage and go back. And all this time, Gyrocopter was farming top, Clockwork was getting his levels on bottom, whereas the 3 other heroes for Awake were at mid. So I think really good distribution coming up from them in the mid game, where they can all go to different lanes and just farm up and try to get their levels, which I feel is really a good advantage for them right now in the mid game against Impervious, who have smoked up, 5-man smoke, walking towards Roshan and try to maybe get a pick off over here. Arrow not being used to scout out any heroes.
Yeah, and Impervious, like if they're gonna do like a lineup like that, they need like a lot of more burst damage coming from like the support department as well. Cause like Awake is just like using the map, like you said, like it's really good using the map, but like if the other gank like team has like a ganking squad that can just burst someone down in like a second or two, that was gonna force them to group up, but this is not the case, and they're still forcing them to group up now, I guess. But
Yep.
it's gonna be hard to push in the call down, though.
Yeah, there's a call down, there's a frost nova, there's rockets from the clockwork, there's brief fire, but in comes the sun. There's a 3-man stun coming up from the Nyx assassin. Really good play. Can they? Oh, shackle shot as well, shackling up both heroes. What a play there from Impervious and Rubik, especially Insidious, using the shackle shot to shackle both the clockwork and the Crystal Maiden. Amazing play. So now they get the tier 2 tower. I think they'll go towards the tier 3 as well. They have no trouble at all.
Yeah, they might even like, cause the DD at bottom rune, they might even look to like take Roshan right
Yeah.
now. If I feel like they can, cause they do have some Chen creeps to tank it up. And yeah, that was it. That was like I said, like in the beginning of the draft, I was like, Nyx assassin is really hard to land stuns now,
Yep.
cause like you can't target like people now.
Mhm.
And that was just amazing. Just blink in and instant stun all three of them. That was amazing.
Yeah, that stun is what really set them up, and then they managed to burst down that one hero, which was the gyrocopter.
No,
No.
it was the
The
Windrunners.
yeah, the Windrunner died first, and then the shackle
No,
shot.
actually it was the Crystal Maiden and then the Windrunner.
Yeah, so yeah, they managed to burst down one hero. Now shackle shot on mid lane though. Stun coming up from the Dragon Knight as well, but he gets arrowed to the face. Clockwork trying to really go aggressive, gets the hook shot right in front of the Nyx assassin. Cox comes up as well. Rubik with the shackle shot. So now that's one kill coming up from each team. Immediately freezing field gets cancelled and in comes the call down. So Impervious, that's 2 heroes down for them. Now they'll back up. Homing missile is being used on the Chen. They're really going to chase him down. Shackle shot. Stun comes up from the Dragon Knight as well. So that's 3 heroes down for Impervious. Now easy tier 2 tower coming up for Awake.
Dyer's middle tower is under siege.
Yeah, definitely should be a tower. Because they don't have defense, and this is, oh, Jarkov does have a BKB, so that's gonna be, like, Weaver as good as farm as he has, Lincoln is not gonna help him too much in the damage.
Dyer's top
And
tower
I
is
feel like
under
they're
attack.
lacking maybe a bit of right clicks for this Jarl BKB. And, oh, BKB is actually picked up on Dragon Knight as well.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be big trouble. They gotta initiate before they actually activate the BKB.
And the good thing is that Gyrocopter wasn't forced to use his BKB in the previous engage. So he still has the 10-second BKB the next time Impervious want to go in. And things I think are looking really good for Awake. Once again, looking at the goal graph, it's about now 1,000 plus goal lead for Impervious, and experience is gonna drop down to 0. So nothing much separating the teams at all, but really feels like Awake are the ones who are in charge of this game.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that Rubik is going. This is like Rubik go for like Aghanim
Yeah.
in a game, and it was gonna be interesting because I never seen an Aghanim actually up on like a support Rubik, because they mostly go for like 4-stab, which he has, and then maybe a blink or whatever. So this should be interesting, and yeah, they're looking to pressure again. But yeah, like I said, Awake is just sitting back and just waiting until they make something happen.
Oh, arrow just being missed by the Mirana. Really close. Clockwork, I think he saw it coming and then managed to dodge it. So yeah, so Impervious will just go back and go and farm up. This gyrocopter just hanging behind in the woods, and Impervious don't know that he's there, so he's just gonna TP back to top lane and go back to farming ways. Whereas Weaver, he has his Lincolns now, but he just has about 300 gold left. What's in his courier? So it's a Mithril Hammer. So I think Weaver is gonna be going. I feel like he really needs a BKB right now. Otherwise, they're just gonna burst him down so easily. He really needs a BKB. I don't think he wants to go for the Desolator, I feel.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the, like, with their lineup, they're kind of lacking that frontline tank that, like, Clockwork Awake has, like, Clockwork and a Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
And Gyrocopter can just sit back and do, like, whatever, like, his crazy ass damage with the flag cannon. But, like, yeah, their team is just so squishy. Tran creeps just get blown up, so, like, there's nothing really, like, tanking everything for them. It's just hard, and if he goes BKB, it wouldn't be, like, it'll help him survive, but it's not gonna help him, like, deal damage against those BKB targets.
Yeah. It's a really tough position now for Impervious. Now it's slowly transitioning from the mid game to the late game. Mirana still does not have much items in her at all. Only has the Drum of Endurance, Face Boots, whereas Weaver getting a kill on top. But on mid lane though, Mirana leaping away. Battery Assault is gonna run him down. I don't think they'll be able to catch him. He's gonna use his Face Boots and also the Drum Charge to get away. Will they re-engage? No, Illune's arrow misses and then Cock comes up as well. So they'll be able to escape. Impervious. Looks like they're gonna get caught up here. Chen getting shackle shot and stunned to the face. So he's gonna go down. Dragon Knight is forced to use his BKB. I don't feel like he really needed to use that, but just to make sure he does use it and is able to escape. Stun comes up from the Mirana, but doesn't hit on anyone. A blink comes in from the Nyx Assassin. Gonna try and focus down the Windrunner. Can they even bring the Windrunner down? Yep, they do. Double Starfall coming up from the Mirana, and they grab the kill on the Crystal Maiden as well. Telekinesis was to bring down the Dragon Knight. Arrow is once again not gonna hit, but two-man shackle shot. What plays coming out from Insidious? They're gonna grab both kills on the Dragon Knight as well as the Clockwork. Amazing play coming up from Insidious once again, but in comes the Gyrocopter. Oh, Ninja Boogie just managing to escape with about 20 HP. Now Clockwork is trying to re-engage, but I don't think they have enough damage to do so. Arrow is not gonna hit. That's like the 4th time in a row which Mirana has missed. But that was amazing play coming up from Impervious, especially the Rubik with the two-man shackle shot as well as the telekinesis, which did really good work for them in that engage.
Yeah, like I said, the Rubik was the X factor, and he's been practicing his Windrunner or something, because his shackles has been insane, like always hitting like 2 heroes.
Yeah.
And I feel like Clockwork got a bit greedy there, because he had a rocket off cooldown, and he could have just rocket in the fog where the trees are, like over there, and then that probably gonna like kill Weaver, because he was like 50 HP, has no TP.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know Insidious, who's playing the Rubik, he's like one of the most talented young Singapore players right now, and the next Ice, the next Miracle maybe. Well, he was sort of like a mid player, but now he's transitioned into a support and really doing a good job. So really good future, I would say, for Impervious as well as Insidious.
Yeah, and sometimes playing like a different role than like what you used to play is sometimes it can help as well, because like you can learn stuff. Like in mid you gotta have a lot of map awareness, you gotta like know when to gank and all that, and support should pretty much have that too. So, and there's finally gonna be an arrow, but nobody's gonna follow up.
No follow up, so finally an arrow hits. That's the 5th time trying, but well, not gonna be able to grab a kill out of that. This Chen now has his same items up for like the past 10 minutes. Still hasn't bought his arcane boots, which you mentioned earlier. Still saving up his about 1,500 gold with him. I really wonder what he's going for. Offering? Acceptor?
Yeah, I don't even know. And Nyx Assassin just going
4 stuff,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, 4 staff I mean is good, but like he just needs a bit more damage, because right now he's just like building pure utility items.
Yeah, and now
And Weaver actually went for a Desolator, by the way.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be really easy for Awake to try and bring down the Weaver, especially since now Gyrocopter is gonna be getting his Monkey King bar not too far off from now. So I think once they get that item, then Awake will look to go for the push or even go for the Roshan. But right now we see Impervious. They're the ones who are gonna be the aggressors and go for the Roshan.
Yeah, this might be a bad spot for them though, because they do have like a call down. They have a hook shot plus cog, black cannon, freezing field as well. Oh man, they have so much AoE.
And they smoked up. Yep. Awake have smoked up. They're waiting. Hookshot not coming in yet. In comes the call down. Hookshot misses. So Weaver does manage to grab the Aegis and time lapses away. Gyrocopter is up with the Black King bar, trying to do as much damage as he can. But no, they manage to escape with the Hand of God. Will they be able to chase down the Chen? No casualties whatsoever at all. Finally, we see one with Awake. They are the ones who are going down. Clockwork just going a bit too far, and then he managed to go down. But well, they managed to take the Aegis away from the Weaver. We'll see if anything else happens. That's a 3-man stun once again from the Nyx Assassin. He gets frostbited up though, and Drum of Endurance comes up. Will they be able to burst the Crystal Maiden down? One more hit on the Crystal Maiden. Telekinesis is up, and stun as well up on the Gyrocopter. They're gonna bring him down. Gem of Throughsight on the floor. Windrunner trying to get one more hit on the Windrunner. Will not do so. Will be able to TP away. So I think really good engage coming up from Impervious. Now they can go for the tier 3 towers.
Yeah, and that was, I don't know if you saw that, but like Cockwood just went uphill by himself.
Yeah.
He was coming, and then he just cocked everyone out there. And that, I feel like that cost them that fight. At least the engagement, at least. But like, they were chopped. Wasn't Max called because like they were out there for so long? Okay, it was only level 1, but it still lasts like so long. And I feel like they were out of the fight for like ever, and then Weaver just solo killed the Clockwork because he does have a Dustolator plus the Swamp, and look at Clockwork's armor. It's only has 5.
Yeah. Surely would have been negative armor for him over there, and then he died off. So really, Impervious are really pulling themselves back into the game. It's now about 4,500 gold lead for them, and in terms of experience, it's well over 10,000, almost 12,000 lead coming up now for Impervious. So well, we've slowly seen the game shift from Awake being in control to now Impervious, the other one who are being in control of the game now.
Yeah, and talking about like this whole game we've been talking about how like Impervious might need a bit more burst damage. I think this good same goes to Awake too, because like they couldn't target one person and kill them off really quick. Chan just blow Hands of God. That was like he was level 10 that fight too as well. So he blew Hand of God, mech, and everyone was back up in fighting shape.
Yep.
So they need more damage as well. And Arrow is gonna hit on
it's
Copper.
gonna hit, but I don't think they'll be able to follow it up. But every time we see,
just pushing a top lane.
And actually the Mirana now even has a Lincoln Sphere to his name. So a bit more mobility and stability in the team fights coming up for Mirana. Not so much of a right click damage coming up for him.
I feel like a good item for her would be like even like a Diffusal Blade, because like it's really good on Dragonite, like against Dragonite and like Clockwork as well. And it gives you a bit more punch.
Yeah, it sure does. So we'll just have a quick look at all the items that the heroes have. Chen, he's bought up a 4-star for himself. And Insidious, he's slowly trying to build up the Rubik. He's trying to build up to his X-Scepter. Just 2,000 components away from that. And as well as Gyrocopter, still trying to find that MKB. I think he has it up now. Yup, it's flying towards him, both the javelins. So I think they're really trying to engage now and try to bring the game back into their favor. They have all 5 smoked up, trying to go in,
Chen.
and Chen, he's the only one there. He's gonna get caught out by the hook shot, and that's an easy kill coming up. But 4-star, he gets 4-star away. Arrow comes in. It's gonna hit on the Clockwork. Will they engage? That's 2-man stun coming up from the Nyx Assassin, but they will back off very wisely. Whereas on top lane, Weaver is just doing his work on the tower.
Yeah, they're just buying time for this Weaver right now, because they need Weaver to fight, because they're lacking in the physical damage. Because Morana went for like more utility, as you mentioned earlier. And yeah, he's gonna take the tier 2 for free, and he might just keep looking to push. I don't mind he keep pushing, because it's gonna force Awake back, because they can't lose the racks like that.
Yeah, they definitely have to. They're not even trying to go for this tier 2 tower. I feel they would have gone for the tier 2 and then backed off, but instead they'll just back off right now and defend. Whereas Mirana getting caught up in the jungle. Clockwork with his Invis rune is scouting him up. Where's the Cox? Or the hook shot, that's 1 second of cooldown. And off comes the Lincoln Sphere charge. Oh, BKB just being used by the Dragonite, but it get cancelled by the Troll Creep, who used the net, and now Insidious trying to steal up as many spells as he can, but he's gonna go down. Dragonite in the front lines trying to tank it up and fight as much as he can. Windrunner getting stunned up by the arrow. Hook shot on 2 men, so both of them get stunned. Mirana still trying to chase down this Dragonite. One more hit gets the last, and he's gonna go down. Windrunner is gonna be on the retreat as well as the Clockwork. Are they really looking to chase? Arrow comes in, but nah, way off the mark. And once again getting trapped up by the troll. but I don't think they're gonna be having enough to actually chase, or are they gonna be doing it? They're trying to bring down the clockwork, really chasing far as they can, but finally they back off. And all this time, like we were saying, Weaver was just on top trying to push the lane and farm up.
Yeah, Impervious will take that trade any day of the week. Like Weaver was just look at the damage on the
Yeah.
tower. This is gonna fall right now. And like earlier, it was a Dragonite for support, so that's you never want that.
Yeah.
And yeah, now it's gonna put this Weaver has a heart, and now it's gonna be so hard to kill him, and you can't leave him alone because like the Rex is exposed.
Yeah, I think Impervious are just gonna do this 4-1 kind of style where this Weaver is just gonna be alone trying to push and farm up, whereas the rest of the other 4 heroes are just gonna stick together. Whereas Awake, they have no choice but they have to 5 men together. Because if the Dragonite or the Gyrocopter, they're only 2 damage dealers. If they go themselves and try to push, they have not enough damage to try and engage and fight, and they will definitely lose the team fight against Impervious, who also have a Mirana and Chen creeps, and also the Rubik who can steal spells, and the Nyx Assassin always trying to get 2 men stuns in with his Impel. So yep, Impervious certainly have the advantage now.
Yeah, and going back to the draft thing, we're like, okay, Impervious has to like abuse their mobility, and
Yeah.
they're finally doing it now. And Weaver is just split pushing, because Dragonite and Gyrocopter isn't the best mobility carry. The only way they can go somewhere is like TPing, and TP has like a cooldown. So and their team and their lineup is based on like kind of like a team fighting oriented in a way. So like it's gonna be so hard when Weaver just split pushes, and that's how you have to beat like a team sometimes if you can't engage 5-on-5 case like head on. And Agnum's picked up.
Yep, so Aghanims is up for the Rubik, so if he steals up the cooldown or freezing field, it's gonna do so much of damage towards Awake, or even the hook shot. That's gonna be like is it a 12-second cooldown? Yeah, but it's 12-second cooldowns once you get a steal in on him. So it's gonna be really important now for Rubik to try to get as many good spell steals as he can, while Weaver is just doing his work on top.
Oh, engagement mid. There's
Mid
like
lane, oh, the arrow hits the creep instead. So they'll,
unfortunately, the creep wave just come.
yeah. Otherwise, I
But yeah,
think,
I think the best part about Agnum Rubik is like I know the like whatever ultimate you steals is kind of like Agnum upgrade for you.
yeah.
But I think the best part is like having that 5-second cooldown. You can just spam like the team fight.
Yeah, and
And
it's
you can
and
do
it's
so many
global,
spells.
yeah. It's global, so it's gonna do so much work for him. So Impervious just at mid, just the Rubik and the Chen trying to put in as much pressure as they can to try and force Awake into a fight, while Weaver is just doing his work at top. He has another 2,600 gold in his pockets, so I think he'll probably go for another damage dealing item, maybe an MKB. But Mirana, whereas she has bought an MKB for herself, so really much more damage coming up from Imp, which we feel they were lacking in the mid game, but now they certainly have it.
Yeah, if you take a look at the goal graph, like after when Weaver started doing the split pushing, look at the goal graph. It just went way downhill because Awake just can't they just can't go alone because like they're always scared about the Nyx, roaming around, blinking in. They're always scared about the arrow. Like they don't want to get caught out. So Weaver's just having a time of his life right now. And look at he's still attacking the Rex even though there's 2 people there, and he's just gonna time lapse out actually.
Yeah, I feel with just the Gyrocopter and the Windrunner and the Crystal Maiden, they don't have enough to actually bring him down. The Nyx, they need the Dragonite there as well to follow up with a stun, and the Clockwork as well to use his hook shot. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to grab a kill on the Weaver. So that's really smart play by him. Still doing his shenanigans over at top, trying to chase the Gyrocopter away or even try to grab a kill. Looks like at mid, yeah, you were saying about it. So Weaver does manage to grab the kill on the Gyrocopter. Solo kill for him. He buys back, grabs one more kill from the Crystal Maiden, and in comes the call down, but not gonna do much work at all. Nyx Assassin being sent back to base. Both the BKBs being used by both the Gyrocopter and the Dragon Knight. And so far, Going really good for Impervious. Still, Weaver doing so much work here. Trying to bring down the range bags. I feel really important to bring that down. And even though he gets stunned up by the Dragon Knight, he will just turn back and try to right click his way into an engage. He gets shackled up to a creep. Will they have enough damage to bring him down? No, he just time lapse away, but he gets caught up in the cock, so it looks like he will be going down. So good play coming up from Awake to actually bring him down, but they committed so much just to doing it, and he was alone, so that's why they managed to grab the kill. Otherwise, I think there's no chance at all for them to actually grab a kill on him. Whereas on bottom lane, Mirana working on the tower.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you kind of missed it, but like in the middle lane earlier, like Cloud was trying to like cog out the creeps or something, and then the shack, like Rubik stole the shackle once again. Of course, he always has that. Like he's probably the new windrunner on this game, and like he just shackled like a support with the clockwork, and then they just engaged there and Weaver just hit. I feel like Weaver should have been like hitting the racks instead of like coming to help. I feel like they didn't even need help.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's just gonna go down. And MKB is up on Jaro. They're still kind of lacking a bit of damage, as you saw earlier. Like Gyrocopter and Dragon Knight, they're not like the best like single target or physical damage dealer, unlike the Morana and like a Weaver. So you just so hard to bring down Weaver. He has like so much HP right now, and they're gonna go Roshan with the double damage.
Yeah, gonna have no troubles with that at all. Dragon Knight is trying to build up towards an assault, but still quite a way off it, and Nyx Assassin now even picks up a Scythe of Vice. So things looking really good for him. They're gonna bring down the Roshan, and I think Aegis is gonna go towards the Weaver. Yep, he does come in with a slot, so he grabs the Aegis. Much more survivability for him. I'm not so sure how Awake are gonna be doing for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I just felt like Awake was like in the early mid game. I feel like they were doing excellent job, but then like they weren't like when they're team rate when they're ahead, they need to like kind of like push towers and like force them to team fight. And now we just see like they can't really fight anymore because like Weaver and stuff, they were just split pushing because of their mobility. And now look at Nyx Assassin. Oh man. Oh, that 4-staff just saved that Gyrocopter.
Yep, and Mirana is just doing work on the bottom lane while the mid lane does go down, and Impel does miss, but in comes the hook shot from the Clockwork trying to grab a kill in on the Nyx Assassin. Cooldown gonna come down, but not gonna hit anyone. BKB being used by the Dragon Knight, and they will just disengage, whereas Weaver is in the middle of the fight. He's gonna time lapse away, still has the Aegis though, so he can try to fight up, trying to get as many hits as he can on all the other heroes. But Mirana is gonna bring down the melee brags as well as try to bring down the range, but he will manage to get away. So really good play by Impervious, trying to drag all the attention towards mid while Mirana does his work on bottom. Now Weaver goes to top and try to bring down the barracks as well.
Like look, like, you can just see their lineup. Like they don't know what to do anymore because like Weaver is pushing on the other side of the map. There's Morana just bringing racks, even though they do get a kill in middle, but they're losing 2 racks, like 2 lanes of like melee and range racks.
Yeah, they lost both.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
So yeah, things not looking good.
Morana might get caught out. Where's the hook shot?
No, hook shot
Oh.
off the mark. He leaps away, and then
Radiant's middle tower
Clockwork
is
just
under
didn't get the estimate right, so Mirana does manage to make it away. So Awake are 2 racks down. Gold graph, about 17,000 gold lead now for Impervious.
I was questioning about. Remember, I was questioning about the Midas pickup.
Yep.
Now I don't want to say anything because like I feel like they actually played it pretty well. And if you look at the net worth, Morana just slightly behind that Weaver, because Weaver was just farming all day, and you can just see the Midas just paid off after like 30 minutes of using it.
Yeah. So yeah, both the Weaver and the Mirana leading in terms of net worth, and look at the Gyrocopter. He's like 6,000 gold away from that, and that's like a 1 full butterfly away from the 2 players from Impervious. So things not looking good for Awake at all. So Gyrocopter, I feel he's the one who needs to make something happen. Even the Dragon Knight, they need much more items in themselves to try and fight this Impervious lineup.
Yeah, and oh man, Morana just picked up a Tailless, and I don't know how much she's critting, but it's probably gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
And Awake just can't leave their base. They're just the lane just so push up and arrows.
Gonna
it's
hit
actually
the
gonna
Crystal
hit.
Maiden. Is he gonna come in? Yep, he
And-
does. He does manage to come in, but hookshot is up on him. Even the Dragon Knight being used, the stun being used on him. Call down as well. BKB is up on the gyrocopter. They're gonna bring down the Mirana and then disengage after that. But they used up so much of spells just to bring it down. Even the freezing feel. I'm not so sure how they're gonna be fighting the next engage. They're trying to bring down the next assassin. They do manage to do so. Even trying to chase down the Weaver. They do manage to get a hook shot up on him. He's just gonna turn around and right click the Clockwork, who manages to escape with about 10 HP. Now Weaver, Age is being used. Is he able to escape? I'm not so sure. Yep, he does. And well, I think Impervious, they're gonna go in for the push right now.
Yeah, more like they're trying to like defend their base. Like if they like go push like mid or whatever, the other lane is gonna push like into the tier 4 towers, and that you don't want that, because like next time you lose the fight, it's over for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Weaver just gets shackled, and now we just see like Dragon is the only he's good for like, cause his Dragon Tail is like 9-second cooldown and stuns for like 3 seconds. Everyone's calling it like a mini Beastmaster Rock, which it is, and it's really good if you can like target like a Weaver with their Lincoln off, and it stuns him for like. And I wouldn't be surprised if Weaver just want to get a BKB, because once he gets a BKB, like they just can't do anything.
Yeah, they can't do anything to a Weaver once he gets the BKB. I think that's what he's lacking right now. He just needs that BKB, and then he can just go in without fear to try and fight this Awake lineup. They're trying to make something happen right now. They don't have a smoke, but they're trying to go in into the rune spawn area at bottom lane, but not gonna be finding anyone over there. Their whole jungle has been cleared up by both the Rubik and the Chen, so no farm coming up from them in the neutral at all.
And and I'm just looking at Chen, like it must be a fun game for him. Like all the creeps he got wasn't good. Finally he got 2 centaur.
Yeah.
Now he's looking, I don't know, for troll maybe. But I feel like they can just 5-man mid. Well, if the lane really pushed, look, the lane's so pushed, even though they're trying to counter push it. But like the the mega creep is just too strong for the normal creeps. So they always have to be in that lane to push it out.
Yeah, I think it's just a time bomb now, and Impervious is just trying to ride out the game. Not long before we try and see them go into mid, grab the Rexes as well. So looks like they'll be going now. Nope. Lincoln's does get popped off by the shackle shot coming up from the Windrunner. And they'll just back off, try to pressure all the other lanes once again. Weaver going back to top. All the other heroes are grouped up as mid. Mirana will go back towards bottom. So all the lanes are going to be pushed up for Awake, and they can't split push fast enough. Or rather push out all the other lanes fast enough, because they are like a team fight lineup.
Yeah, and let's
Oh,
talk about,
3-man stun once again from the Nyx Assassin. Good play, but they just can't follow it up.
I was just gonna say, let's talk about Lincoln Spear. And you know how the new patch made it you can cast it on someone?
Yep.
I'm surprised that we might engage. Nope, they're not.
No,
Actually, they are.
Shackle,
No
that's
Shackle.
it. Telekinesis comes up as well. He is hexed up. They're gonna bring down the Dragon Knight. Call down is not gonna hit on anyone. Dragon Knight is gonna buy back. Now Cock comes in, and Nyx Assassin is able to escape, and Crystal Maiden with just 2 hits goes down to the Mirana. So Freezing Field was just up there for like 1 second. Didn't do any work at all.
I was just gonna say if Weaver is going in like in front, and if I say
Oh.
there's a hook shot into the Rubik, he has freezing field. He stole it, and it's an Aghanim. Oh, he's not gonna use it.
Weaver though going down really quick, but time lapsed away, and BKB being used by the Dragon Knight. Mirana is just gonna leap away. I don't think they can do anything to catch up with him, and well, they're just gonna disengage. I think Impervious, they can just buy their time. Hook shot once again comes in on 2 heroes this time. Both the Chen and the Rubik. They will now bring down the Clockwork. One last hit. Yep, does manage to go down. And Dragon Knight, he's gonna go down as well. That's 4 heroes down. Yep. Even the Courier is trying to make a run for it.
The Courier.
Yeah,
No,
Courier goes down. No chance given whatsoever by Ninja Boogie. He's now gonna chase down the Gyrocopter as well. They will bring him down. This is, I don't like to call it, but this is definitely GG for Awake.
Yeah, G should be coming out, and we were just.
Wow,
man.
630.
Yes,
He bought a
Divine
Divine, yeah. He has a Divine Rapid. There you go. GG being called. by Awake. So Impervious doing really well. If you just look back into the game, they had a really terrible start in the early game. Awake played really well, but Impervious, once you got into the mid game, they used their mobility really well, went split pushing with the Weaver and the Mirana, and they worked the game into their favor.
Yeah, I just feel like if when Awake look back at this game, they're probably gonna like look at doing the mid game. Maybe they should have like put more pressure instead of like farming everywhere. Because I feel like if they just go 5-on-5 in like the mid, maybe what 20 minutes, 15 minutes, there's like no way they can kind of like counter that with like Weaver has like no items, Mirana has barely any items because he's offlaning. So yeah, they could have took advantage of that, but gotta give credit to Impervious to kind of just ride out the wave and go by this go really late game, and yeah.
Yeah, well, Awake, that's like the third or fourth time I've seen them playing in this way, where they are really good on the early game, but once they get into the mid game, they're just not sure how to work out their game plan and try to get the advantage over there. We'll see if they do well in all their matches. So, well, that's done for this game, which was between Awake and Impervious. Impervious being victorious, so they now pick up one more win. They are now up with 3 wins and 8 losses in the RGN League. Well, we're coming up with one more game. It's going to be Impervious playing once again against Miftrust. So it's going to be Singapore against Thailand once again. So guys, don't go anywhere. Get more of your friends who are watching. We'll just be coming back in just a couple of minutes for that game. So, well, thank you guys for joining in, and this cast was brought to you by myself, Easy Game, and Music. Thank you for having really good analysis throughout the whole game.
Anytime, man. So one more game to go.
Yep, one more game to go, so we'll see you guys again. Don't go anywhere.